that the Lamert Park station would need to be built prior to any of the other considerations that are coming forth in item number 35. We all know that the issue is an intense push for limited or scarce resources. And the concern is whether or not we move to a Westchester scenario and that end up being a justification in any way, shape, form, or fashion not to get the Lamert Park station done. And I don't wish to pit these two against each other, but I think it's abundantly clear as to how important the Lamert Park piece is. So this is a further refinement so that staff is explicitly clear without any negotiation. I would respectfully request support of the amending motion.
The second question I have is the Lamert Park study that's being done now coming out of the life project or outside the life project? Where's the staff? Paul, can you go ahead?
It's actually part of the life project budget.
Okay, so why would this $300,000 is being proposed to come outside the life project budget? Where's that going to come from? I mean, this is part of the project. All projects. What budget? Well, but according to the amendment that Supervisor Lee Thomas is making, which is $300,000 to complete the additional design engineer work, the station near Hindry come from sources outside the adopted life project budget for the Crenshaw-LAX Hindry. You haven't seen this? Can somebody get him a copy of this moment?
The point to be made is that the original Park was already approved. So to cause this $300,000 to be adopted today includes that in addition to what's already there in the life of project budget. So the point that is being made is that those resources can and should be located elsewhere. The Lamert Park piece was already done by board action. This is an additional amount that is then borne by the Crenshaw-LAX project.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to just focus on Lamert, but
no,
whenever there is a project, which is Measure R project these days, studies that have to be done are done out of the allocation for the Measure R project. The work that's being done on the subway extension, for example, is coming out of the Measure R allocation for the subway extension, including extraneous studies that have to be done because of the seismic issues in Beverly Hills and all that sort of things, all coming out of the Measure R project. So it is diminishing the amount of money that ultimately will be available. This would be the first time when I'm aware of that an improvement or whatever the terminology is, a change in the addition to the project, the study of the project would come out of sources outside the life project budget, which is fully Measure R funded, I believe. Yeah. So this really, maybe while this public hearing goes on, I would urge you to reconsider that item number 2.
Mr. Yaroslavsky, Supervisor Knapp and I just, Director Knapp and I just talked about it. It's, as far as I'm concerned, a rounding error at best. I'm not going to get hung up on point number 2. I do want to make the point that there is a vulgar inconsistency in this agency. Where is our lady?
I think he's speaking to a group of realtors.
Vulgar inconsistency with respect to issues like this. Now, what I hope to do is not have to roll back to the incredible amount of effort that was put into organizing to try to get this Ken Crenshaw line teed up in an appropriate way. But there are so many inconsistencies and subjective decisions made here. And it's just really offensive to me. And it's not about the inclusion of Westchester. It is about we argue about issues like number 2. And I'm going to do you the courtesy of showing you precisely how similar things are done on other projects, and ask then the question, how do we justify it on project A and not on project B? This is not worth much more discussion in my mind, Mr. Chairman. If there is consensus to move the amending language forward, striking item number 2, I don't lose any sleep over that. But the point is, it is more consistent to do this than not. The time is of the essence from my point of view. So I move the agenda if it's in your, with your consent.
Item 2.
2.
Okay. All right.
And the second,
Is that item 2B? Is that what you're talking
so that's on the floor, now we have public comment. Okay. Ms. Citron.
I'm a member of the Westchester Neighbors Association, and we support the Hindry Station. I live only 2 blocks from where the Crenshaw-LAX line is coming. When my neighbors first heard about this, we were told that there was a chance that there would be a maintenance yard that would block off Hindry Avenue, and as a result of that, and just the normal fear of the unknown, a number of people came out against the train. All that has changed now. The people in the neighborhood are definitely for the train. They're for the station. A lot of the train lines and other transportation lines are going to be coming through Westchester, and we think that we will bear the brunt of the construction of the train going through our neighborhood. We should be able to get on the train. It's really a question of fairness. So I hope that you all support this train station. Thank you.
Okay. Item number 2 is Ms. Scott. Denny Steiner? Hey, Denny.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. I come before you, and I thank you very much for proposing keeping our station. It's the only one that wouldn't have been built. It helps us with our plan of hoping for a time when we don't have to sit in congestion. We are concerned. I mean, this is something that is covered by everybody, to the point where we have the Democrats, the Republican groups, the civic groups, the business groups, and the community groups all saying we need a Hindry station. There's no reason not to bid it, and I thank Supervisor Kanabe for his support of us. Thank you.
John Walsh?